So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Max Factory Good Smile Company Figma DX version Deadpool. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic looking style box when it comes to Good Smile's Figma line. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box. On the top says Max Factory Good Smile Company, warning blah 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 blah. On the bottom here says Figma Deadpool DX version Deadpool and Deadpool. And then here is the bottom of the box, looking pretty cool with a nice image of the figure there. And then here is the top of the box, same thing as the bottom. And then here is the one side of it with an image of the Deadpool figure and his boxers there. And then here is the other side with another image of the figure. And then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into along with all of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at one of the most popular characters ever created. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Good Smile destroyed it with this Deadpool. They killed the hell out of this figure. This is definitely my personal favorite 6-inch scale Deadpool figure that is around as of right now. I think Good Smile really did an excellent job with this piece. The head sculpts I think look great. Nice clean paint all throughout them. Nice sculpting as well. And then we do get shading all throughout the figure, which is definitely a big plus for me. There's shading on the top of the head, around like the cheeks and the mouth and everything. We do get the sculpted seams on the top of the head right there, and then we get the little droopy piece sculpted on there, so good job all throughout the head sculpt where the black meets the red and where it meets the white, and nice clean paint all around that, so big plus right there on the head. And the neck looks good too. Only thing, it kind of looks like it's a little bit too long. It's not horribly bad like the Revoltech Deadpool neck, but it does look a bit too long. But very nice sculpting all throughout it. You get some sculpted wrinkles on the neck there and everything. Now for the torso, they did a great job with it. One thing some people might have an issue with this Deadpool is he does look skinny, and some people might not like that, but it does remind me of a series Deadpool had, a comic series. I think it was the Cable and Deadpool one, where he was pretty skinny, and I think that's what this Deadpool is based off of. Not 100% sure on that, but it doesn't really bother me that he is skinnier compared to other figures, but that might bother some people. The torso here, great job with it. I love how we get some sculpted wrinkles here and there throughout the torso. We get that nice paint shading, which looks great. Nice clean paint where the silver meets the black, where the red meets the black. So really awesome job with that right there. And very nice sculpting all throughout it. Nice sculpted wrinkles on the side and everything. And then we do get the harness up here. I do have an issue with mine. They put it on crooked, and it's kind of like stuck in the arm right there. It should look like the left one, but if you see on the back, they did put it on a little crooked, got stuck under the neck right there. So I'm gonna try to fix it if I can. So I mean, that does kind of suck, but what can you do? But things like that really shouldn't be happening with imports. You know what I mean? So figured I'd point that out. I don't know if it's just with my figure or if other people are gonna have that same issue as well. I feel like I'm probably one of the only ones who will have that issue. The harness looks good though. I think they did a good job with it. It is a softer rubbery type plastic. I do wish they added some shading on it. I think it would have gave it a nice touch. But other than that, it looks pretty good. The back of the figure looks good. Nice sculpt, nice paint shading, nice clean paint where the silver meets the black and where the black meets the red. Then we do get a couple peg holes. That is for his sheaths. And then that is for the stand that he's included with. Now for the arms here, nice sculpt work all throughout them and nice paint work as well. Nice clean paint. We do get the shading on the red once again. And I love the way the gauntlets look. The straps and everything on them. I think those look pretty cool. And the elbow joints look alright. It's pretty basic for the Figma figures. Now for the belt here, the Deadpool logo. Beautiful clean paint work on that, so great job with the Deadpool logo. And then we do get his belt here, and then the strap going around his thigh with the holster. And like I said, that could have used a little bit of paint shading. Like I said, I would have made it look a little bit better, but nice sculpt all throughout it. We do get the guns are just pegged in there, so you can remove them, which we'll get into during the accessories, but they are on ball joints as well. Same with the sheath for the knife, but the pockets look great sculpted on there. And then we do get another little pouch back there, and then nothing really on the back. And then the holster for this silver gun looks pretty good. Same with this one on the legs, and I like how this is a softer rubbery type plastic, so it doesn't get in the way. And then we do get the straps sculpted on the leg as well, so really great job on the harness, the belt, and the holster on his thigh there. Now for the legs, Great sculpt work, nice paint shading, and nice clean paint work as well. And I do like these sculpted wrinkles in between the legs right there. That looks good. Nice clean paint where the red meets the black. Then the back here, you do see the continuation of the straps for the holster right there on his thigh. And then we do get those ugly Figma knee joints. Those stick out so far. They just remind me of rollerblades. But we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles on the lower part of the leg there, so that looks pretty cool. Now for the boots here, they did a great job with them as well. I don't think there's any shading on the red. It doesn't look like there is, but we do get some nice sculpt work, some nice sculpted wrinkles around the ankles. We do get a couple straps on the back there. We do get some more sculpted wrinkles around the ankles, then the feet here. Really great job with the feet. I love the way these turned out. Very nice sculpt and paint on these. And then the bottom, we do get a little bit of sculpted tread. So overall, I think they knocked it out of the park with this Deadpool. Some people might not like that he is skinnier compared to other figures, but like I said, that doesn't bother me, and it's not going to bother everybody. It might bother some people. I just think the detail was executed extremely well on this figure, and I can't be any more happy with how this Figma Deadpool turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a ton of great stuff included with this Deadpool, and we do have two different versions of the Figma Deadpool. You can either get the regular version or you can get the DX version, which is the version I'm reviewing right now. But if you do get the regular version, you only get these accessories on the top right there. If you get the DX, you get everything right here, which I feel like is definitely worth the extra few bucks. So what we do get with this Deadpool, we do get a Figma bag, of course, in case you would like to store your accessories in here. And this will come in handy if you do have the DX version, so we do get that. And then we do get a Figma stand, so we have the base, and then we have the arm here, which is articulated, and then we do get this little piece at the top as well that you can peg into the back of Deadpool. So we do get those two things, and then we also get a pair of alternate boxer short legs. So we do get these here, which is a cool little addition for Deadpool. The one issue though, it is a bit of a pain in the ass to swap out, and it is very scary doing it as well. I was really scared to do it. I almost didn't even switch them out with his regular legs, but I mean, it's a cool little added accessory that they added in there. I don't think anything's going to break, and the way you pop them on and off, you have to pull the legs out to the side. You don't pull down. You probably end up breaking something. So you pop the legs off by pulling them out to the sides, and then you take the underwear piece off, then you slide it back on, and when you pop it on, you got to pop it back onto the side, not going in up. So that's how you would interchange them. And then you take his boots, you just pop them right off. They slide right off, and then you just pop them on. So it's pretty simple to do it. It's just very scary doing it, and you feel like something might break. It's not the easiest to swap out the legs, I'll just say that, but they did do a nice job with it. The boxers turned out pretty good. We do get the hearts all throughout it. We get some sculpted wrinkles throughout the boxers and stuff, so they did a good job with that. And then we do get his messed up looking skin there, and it is sculpted on there. I like the darker paint that they added on there as well. I think they did a good job with it. It's just the knee joint doesn't really blend in with the color of his legs, so some people might not like that, but they did do a good job with the alternate legs here. So we do get those, and then we also get a chimichanga and a left gripping hand, and this is only for the DX version of Deadpool. So we do get the left gripping hand, which is meant for him to hold on to the chimichanga here, and he does hold on to it perfectly fine, as you can see right there. And they did a very nice job with the sculpt and paint on his left hand here. It's just all his hands are a very hard plastic, so it's kind of hard to get him to grip onto like certain weapons with his gripping hands, which we'll get into in a little bit. But the chimichanga turned out pretty good too. Nice sculpt all throughout it. So we do get those with the DX Deadpool. And then we also get an alternate halfway unmasked interchangeable head here. And it's him chewing on his chimichanga, as you can see the way they sculpted the mouth and kind of made his cheeks a little puffy. And then you can see his scarred up looking skin right there too. And they did sculpt him on there. They added the darker paint. They added a darker paint around his mouth as well. So they did a good job around the skin tone. And then the mask turned out pretty good too. Nice clean paint where the white meets the black and where the black meets the red. And very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the mask. So it actually looks like the mask is pulled up a little bit. And then we do get the little droopy piece there. And then we do get some sculpted seams on the top of the head. And you could actually see where his ears are too, the way they sculpted it. So I do like that they did that. And the way you interchange this head, all his other alternate faces, you just pop off of this head, but the halfway unmasked one, you have to pop this head off here, you just pop it off the joint there, and then you take the unmasked one, and then all you do is just pop it right on there. I didn't fully pop it on, but you guys know what I mean. So that is the way you interchange that head, and we do get that. And then we also get a pair of size, and they did a really good job with the detail on these. I like the silver that they chose for the size, and I like the way the black wrappings look, the sculpt of them. So I think they did an excellent job with these accessories here, and these are probably some of my favorite accessories included with Deadpool. And his gripping hands, it is a little bit of a tight fit, but you can get them to grip onto these. So we do get a pair of size, and then we do get two of these larger machine type guns. And these are another one of my favorite accessories with Deadpool. They just did a beautiful job sculpting these, and I just love the color of them too. And he does grip onto them perfectly fine with his trigger finger hands, but man, these things just look dope. And I like that they gave us two of them. So those are all the extra accessories we get with the DX Deadpool. And then what you also get with the DX Deadpool, but what you would only get with the regular Deadpool, is 3 alternate faces, not included the halfway unmasked one. So we do get this one on the left that comes on the figure out of the packaging that we did take a look at before, and this is definitely my favorite out of all 3 of them, which is the basic looking face for Deadpool, and they did a great job with the paint and sculpt on this one. So we do get that. And then we do get the smiling or happy face here, as you can tell what his facial expression probably looks like with the way his eyes look. And they did a very good job with the detail on this one. We do get the shading on the red, very nice sculpt all throughout it. Nice clean paint where the white meets the black and where the black meets the red there. And I like how we have these sculpted seams on the front of his mask and on the top of his head as well. So we do get the happy Deadpool face. And then we do get this Deadpool face, which is pretty basic now for getting a Deadpool figure, where the one eye is opened a lot wider compared to the other eye. And they did a very good job with the paint and sculpt, once again, with the shading on the red. Very nice sculpt all throughout it, nice clean paint where the white meets the black and where the black meets the red there. And the way you interchange his faces, we do have a very wide peg right there, and all you would do is just pop it off to take it off, and when you want to put it on, just pop it right on that peg there, and make sure you fully pop it on so there isn't any gappage in between where you pop the face off right there. So those are all the alternate faces we get with Deadpool. And then we also get his 2 swords, and then we do get 2 sheaths with just the handle of the swords in them. And this is where I have a QC issue with this figure, which is extremely disappointing. Plus the only sword that I did get isn't even properly put together, so that is a big disappointing thing to me. Hopefully it will get replaced, so then I will have both of Deadpool's swords. I mean, how do you not notice that in the factory? And even the company that I bought it from, how did they not notice that the sword wasn't in the package, you know? So that is a pretty big disappointing thing to me about the figure. But the sword here, they did do a good job with it. As you can see, they didn't fully connect the blade to the handle right there, so there's another QC issue, not just the QC issue of me not getting the other sword that's supposed to be included with the figure. But I love the way the blade looks, how we have like that darker gray on the top and then that silver more around the sharp edge of the blade there. Very nice job with that, and it was put on a little crooked as well. And then the handles turned out really good too. I really dig the way those look. Very nice tiny detail on that, and very good paintwork as well. So that is what these swords look like. And then we do get these sheaths here with these sword handles that you can unpeg if you would really like to, and peg it back in when you don't have them using as swords. And you can actually swivel them if you would like to, so you can make it like that on his back, or make it have a little bit of a wider look to it. And we do have a peg right there that you peg into the back of Deadpool. But I do like the sculpt and the paint of the sheaths. I think they did a good job with them. I like the little red wrappings around the middle of them, and then the handles of the sword turned out pretty good. And the way you get this on Deadpool, there is the peg insert. You just peg it in like so, and then there you go. That just looks dope once you have it on Deadpool like that. So we do get the sword and sword sheaths with the sword handles, and then we also get a knife. And this knife looks really cool. I think they did a great job with it. I love the silver that they chose for the blade, and then the handle looks dope too with the red and black. I mean, that looks really cool. And then we do get a sheath on his left lower leg for the knife here. You just slide it right in there like so, and then there you go. Pretty cool looking. So we do get those sharp-edged weapons, and then we also get a handgun and a revolver, and then we do get the grips of each of those guns that you can put into his holsters. So we do get the silver handgun here, which is probably my favorite out of the 2, and I do wish they included 2 of these and threw in the revolver as well, but we only get one of these silver guns here, but they really did a great job with the tiny scope detail on this. I really dig the way that turned out. I mean, that looks sick. And I do like the silver that they chose for this gun as well. And he does grip onto it perfectly fine with the trigger finger hand. Would have liked it if they made the grip black, actually. I think that would have made this gun stand out a little bit more. So we do get that gun, then we do get the handle of the gun here, which you do just peg into the holster on his belt, and it fits in there perfectly. It doesn't fall out or anything like that. And I do love that option that they gave you. I mean, they could have just molded them in there, but you have the option to unpeg them if you would like to. So we do get the silver gun, and then we do get the revolver gun here with the handle as well. And I really like the color of it. It's kind of like a charcoal type color, but the tiny scope detail on this just really looks incredible. They did such a nice job with that. And I do wish maybe they made the grip like a brownish type color. I think that would have looked cool. The trigger finger hand doesn't really grip onto this that well. It's a bit of a loose fit, so it gets a bit irritating. It wiggles around in his trigger finger hand, which, like I said, does get a bit annoying. So we do get that, and we do get the grip of it. And this one goes into the holster that is on his thigh, and this fits in there same way as the other gun. It just pegs right in, doesn't fall out or anything like that. So we do get those two guns, and then we finally get 14 interchangeable hands, and not including the left gripping hand for the chimichanga, we get these 13 at the top here. And one thing I love that Figma does is they include extra joints sometimes, and this time they included an extra wrist joint, and that is always a huge plus when a figure company includes extra joints with their figures. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt and paintwork all throughout all the interchangeable hands, actually. And all his hands are extremely simple to interchange, and that is always a big plus right there. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we do get these 8 interchangeable hands here on the hand rack here. So starting on the right, we do get the gripping hands, and they did a great job with the paint and sculpt once again. And he does grip onto the swords perfectly fine with these. It's just the knife and the size are a little bit of a tight fit, but he can grip onto those as well. Then we do get the heart-shaped hands, where he does that heart sign with his hands. You could also use these to grip onto the other end of the gun, but these are meant for him to make that shape of the heart with his hands, like in the promo pictures. And very nice paint and sculpt on these. Then we do get the trigger finger hands. Very nice sculpt and paint on those as well. And then finally, we get the open hands here, and very nice paint and sculpt once again. So we do get those interchangeable hands. Then we do get a right pointing finger hand, and it does have like a little peg pegged into it, just like the chimichanga hand. And nice sculpt and paint on this one here. And then we do get a thumbs up hand. Nice sculpt and paint again. And then finally, we get the totally dude hand, like he's a surfer or something, but very nice sculpt and paint on this one as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with the Mark with a Mouth. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Wade Wilson. To the top of his head, it looks like he's just shy of 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the Mark III Iron Man, the Homecoming Spider-Man, and the Mizco 112 Wolverine. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Justice League Batman, the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, the Good Smile Company Figma Twilight Princess Link, and the Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mizco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, we get some excellent movement throughout this entire figure. So we do have 2 joints at the neck. The upper neck joint has 2 separate joints. We have a ball joint that is connected to the head. Then where it connects into the neck, it is a hinge. And then down here, we have another joint. So we get some great movement out of the head here. So Deadpool with both joints at the upper neck. It looks up pretty damn good, and then looks down pretty good as well. We do get some pretty good pivot there, and then it does swivel. The lower neck joint goes forward and back a pretty good amount. So with both joints, he practically looks all the way down, and with both joints, he almost looks all the way up. I can pivot a tiny bit at the lower neck, and then it really can't swivel too much because it does get hindered the way it was sculpted there, but you get some really great movement at all the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso here, right under the chest, and Deadpool does crunch forward a pretty good amount with that joint. Doesn't go back too much. We do get nice pivot out of that joint, and then it does swivel a little bit. Now the waist here does go back a pretty good amount, and doesn't go forward that much. So, oh, actually does go forward a really good amount actually. So he does crunch forward very well with both joints, and then going back, he does go back pretty good too. There's no pivot at that joint, but it does swivel. Now for the arms here, we get a very nice joint at the shoulder where it connects into the body there, and you get a great circular motion out of the arm. And I believe it's connected with a ball joint where it connects into the body. Then we do have a ball hinge where it connects to the arm right there. So then Deadpool's arms can go out a lot more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely good. They do go up and down, no bicep swivel, so you can use it at the shoulder, or you could use it at the elbow joint there, because it does swivel where the elbow joint connects into the bicep and where it connects into the forearm. And we do have a single bend at the elbow that bends in a lot more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely good. Then we do have a ball hinge at the wrist, so it does swivel and then hinges back and forth. And the gauntlets are actually a softer rubbery type plastic. As you saw, it was moving when I was hinging the wrist right there, so I do like that they did that. Now, like I said, the holsters for the guns are on a ball joint, so you can move them all around. Same with the sheath for the knife there, or the holster for the knife, so I do like that they made those articulated. Now for the legs here, Deadpool can kick forward about 90 degrees, which is definitely good. Goes to the back about from around 45 degrees. Then his legs doing these splits here, whoops, his holster's getting in the way, can almost go out about 90 degrees, which is definitely good. They do swivel at the upper thigh. We have a single jointed knee that bends back pretty much all the way. Then it does swivel a tiny bit where it connects into the thigh. Really doesn't swivel too much where it connects into the lower leg. Now for the ankles here, they do swivel. They hinge up a really good amount. This piece right here on the top of the foot is a softer rubbery type plastic. As you saw, it moved when I hinged the foot up, so it doesn't hinder the articulation. So great job by Good Smile on that. Then it does hinge down a pretty good amount. And then we do get almost a 90-degree bend ankle pivot. That is fantastic right there. And then we do get a nice toe hinge. So overall, this Deadpool is really loaded with some great articulation, and you're going to be able to get him into pretty much any pose you want to get Deadpool into. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Good Smile Company Figma DX version Deadpool. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but I know my buddy from Agelessgeeks will be getting this in stock very, very soon. Not sure if he's going to have it on the website, but I know he'll definitely have it at his booth at Frankensons. And when you do buy something from Agelessgeeks, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later.
In a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race, every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. don't understand it. All alone, that's okay. People I can't stand them. They don't want me to change, keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am. And I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance.
I got the cash in the bag.
I don't wanna let myself
I'm a rock star in this life, gone with the love body intact. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna be caught up in this life, baby, I'm bad. Doing no job. Only God wants you, better go with it up. Cash in the bag. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It